Game 5, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to get into it. Avant taking on Sin Gaming. Winner of this match proceeds further into the gauntlet. Loser, unfortunately, gets knocked out.
Yeah, and you know, I've sat back and I've reflected a lot, and I'm really upset at all of AV because we harped on it a lot in the cast, and then they talked about it on the desk. But leaving one person out to dry to be solo killed 7 times, I think he was solo killed 6 times and then died once in a team fight, right? Isn't good enough for the whole team, right? At some point, you either have to take your AD carry and support top and try and push down the turret, or jungler and mid laner need to get up there, or the call is that stop going back top lane, why do you keep feeding, just charge bottom lane and we'll kill the Cogmore. Like, there has to be a call that is better than, yeah, just keep, you know, do you know in medieval time, Fish?
Yes.
Let me tell you, there was these people called serfs, and when you used to attack castles, they used to burn boiling oil on you, right? So obviously they only had so much oil. And you don't want your knights getting, like, burnt by oil, so they used to send the poor people in. That's a disgusting thing to do. I don't like that. That is a really poor way to view humanity. That is what AV just did to their top laner in that game. They just fed him to the wolves over and over again.
Poor series. But we're into Champions League game number 3. Hopefully AV don't feed him to the wolves again. And, you know, so game number 5, I should say. And, you know, throughout the Silver Scrates, this is Oceania. We've got Dodo Sin coming into Champions League.
I actually forgot we played this song in Game 5. I was happy that I had forgotten, by the way.
It's going to be the same bands here from AV. Oh, no, changing it up. Jace, as well as Kragus, and Galio taking off the table. Still Elise, Corki, Lucian from Sin.
And this is really funny, right? Because right now they're saying, let's throw the gauntlet. Let's see if they will play Callista. So Callista Thresh is available right now. Is Xayah Rakan the answer to that? I don't know, Fish.
But Dodo Sin
what about Thresh Xayah? Then you leave up Callista Rakan. Like, what do you actually go for? So many possibilities. What about just Callista Braum and leave Thresh alone? So we'll see exactly what happens as it progresses, but they're going to make Ryoma play a champion at least.
So FBI picks up the Callista here. Jarvan's still locked in for Jews. 4 games of the champion today. And now AV, what do they pick up here? Could, you know, potentially take away the Jax early. Deny that, but instead they get the Lovers bottom lane.
No way. Jax has so many poor lanes. If you think what was bad on Kled actually happening to a Jax, you're even more useless.
What are the poor lanes for Jax to go into? I know Gragas is one that Gragas does very well.
Yep. I mean, I used to like playing Rumble into Jax. That's what I used to play into Jax, because you just outshove him early game. He has a very hard time trading with you. Rumble, as soon as Jax gets you low in a trade, he doesn't generally kill you in that trade. You just hold the creep wave, you back away. You just don't play the game with him, and then you just team fight. I mean, that's all you really have to do. Just pick a better team fighter. Pabu played Malphite, did the perfect thing. Just cleared waves all game, got into a team fight, ulted the Cogmore and Prestige.
Shen does okay as well. You know, Jax outscales very hard, but you can...
Once again, you just push out the wave with a Sunfire Cape and a Titanic Hydra, and then you just ult somewhere else. The thing about Jax is you just don't go into the Jax lane thinking, I'm going to 1v1 Jax. Unless you're Dokler and then you pick Fiora. But even that wasn't all that successful, right? You have to be able to play the game somewhere else.
So, another Z band coming out from Sin. They're playing red side for the final match.
Probably Talia game, you'd have to expect.
Syndra, first band from AV. Pinch does have a pretty sick haircut right now. Very impressed.
Got rid of the ponytail, didn't he? I don't know if I'm a fan of that.
Got rid of the ponytail?
Yeah, didn't he have a little top knot?
I'm happy it's gone.
Well, I would be hesitant to say that he kept the front short and the back long, because we call that a mullet where I'm from, Fish.
Yeah, no, my dad used to have one of those, and
really?
His sister's hairdresser. He sat down one day and it was suddenly gone. He did
Business
not know.
on top, party down the back.
Oh boy. Cassidy, final ban from Sin.
Talia
taken off the board. So Corki, a big pick here.
No, it's ban.
Oh, that's ban. Cassiopeia.
Yep. Blind Cassiopeia. Echo is another pick that we've seen Ryoma play a little bit of. What's left that can really deal with that? Doesn't matter because they're going towards Cassiopeia.
Now AV. What did they pick mid lane? No way.
Emperor of Shurima.
Do it. I mean, you've theorized he'd come back thanks to Ardent Sensor.
Yeah, I think Ardent Sensor is really busted, but there's no Ardent Sensor.
We're not going to get all 5 games. Not a single Ardent Sensor.
I mean, Rakan actually has a shield, so we can build it. It's just double engage is better. Potentially the Orianna. The stuff of nightmares.
The real kryptonite for AV gets locked in. Flashbacks to split 1. Gauntlet run. where Triple was obliterating everyone from Sin.
Yeah, certainly was. And Renekton is also left up and available. What bad lanes are there? Jax beats Renekton, Fish. Does it beat it as hard? Oh!
The cheeky Wukong hover.
I think they lock in Renekton, and it's his most comfortable champion.
Interior
By a
crocodile.
mile.
Alligator locked in for AV top lane.
And I think he just takes Jax into it. I mean, Fiora is also still available, which has a pretty alright late game into Renekton. Laning phase is a little bit harder on Fiora.
You have to try and predict the stun. It becomes a mind game. Does he auto attack cancel? Does he lead with it? And now let's see. Final pick for Sin. Bensol taking his side of Fiora into the Renekton.
A little bit braver, because I feel like Jax has a better team fight than Fiora. We've talked about it a lot. So we're expecting Dokla to be able to run over this lane. All series has to do, Fish, is catch waves and queue them. Because Renekton's team fight is actually quite good now. We talked about it a lot. But the ability for Renekton to get to 2 items into the Gargoyle Stoneplate actually makes him a pretty effective late game team fighter. He's just going to be able to sit in front of FBI, absorb as many spears as he can, and make sure that the team fight goes smoothly for his team. Especially with Sybil and Jake, they've got some good dive buddies teamed up there, and still some very good damage that will come out of their 2 carry threats. So really, pressure on Dokla to be able to snowball the game one more time.
And if there's someone that can do it on Fiora, Dokla is definitely your man. Bensol trusting in his top laner to split push his way to victory again. And in fact, quite a number of Sin's wins have been in the back of Dokla. Both of them in this series so far. Looking to see if they can do it again in game number 5. They've got the Dodo Sin on their side. Let's see if it's enough to take down AV.
Both of the wins of Avant, on the other hand, have probably been on the back of that man on your screen, Triple. Being able to deal with Ryoma. Ryoma had to blind pick again. They've been giving Dokla every bit of resource they can in the draft, at least, Fish. So we'll see whether they play towards that top side of the map, because bottom half of the map for AV has actually gone surprisingly even, if not ahead, today.
It has. Blinky and Jake have definitely stepped up. Now they have the most synergistic bottom lane of Zaya Rakan. They're going to try and take it to FBI and Rogue. Triple, though, now he's back on the Orianna. His most comfortable champion. And it was the stuff of nightmares last split when they played up against Sin. But we're on to Champions Select game.
Champions Select?
Champions Select. We're on to Summoner's Rift.
There we go, Fishy. Let's get involved, mate.
For game number 5. This match decides who will take on the Chiefs tomorrow and continue in the gauntlet. Unfortunately, the loser here will be eliminated and finish 5th in the OPL.
Yep, nothing for 5th place, Fish. Nothing for first, second, or third either this time around. Only first matters. They're looking for the collapse here. Everyone is available.
Oh, no, this is not going to be great. Juice flashing early. FBI, you've got to go over the wall as well.
They're all slowed.
They're still going. Flags being dropped down just to deter them. That's 2 very early flashes.
Aggression out of Sin, and it does not work out. Double summoner spells burnt. Nothing used on the side of AV. They even all took the abilities they want to take for level 1.
Ooh. Now, AV. We've seen before Maokai's get into the bottom lane very early on. Let's see if he can punish FBI with a flash burnt already. Juve should be fairly okay that his flash was burnt. He's going to be in the jungle. We'll get to his camp a little bit late, but Dokla's going to hold it up for him. So, red buff start from Sybil. Spotted out by wards, placed down by Sin. Couple of saplings thrown in. Kitty Cat's going to explode. He probably won't be able to get into the bottom lane thanks to the nerfs that have come out to Maokai.
Yep, see whether he gets the second sapling in time. You can see Juve still jungles very quickly. And mid lane still going in favor of the Cassiopeia. It looks like he even zoned him off experience for 1 creep. If I could check out Triple's experience bar, that would be great, but instead we'll just stay on Ryoma's. And if he has, then that's a big news story, because if Ryoma is able to hit 1 creep early, he can step up and really start to bully.
Cassiopeia's really had to change her training pattern. She can't just spam use entirely at level 1. Has to keep half her mana for level 2 now. So Ryoma doing that quite well. Triple as well, just holding on nice and strong. Dokla struggling against series early. You'd expect that in this matchup.
Yeah, so Renekton should have the shove early. Then he can let it hit turret, and then he can back away. Taking turret shot, not all that big of a deal. He's got rage. He's going to be able to heal it up. So now the wave will push back towards him. Can Sybil actually get up there and impact this top lane? I would expect a hard camp to come out.
Let's see if he does. He's already top side of the map, whereas Juves is on the bottom side.
Looks like Dokla is just going to keep pushing into him. Not Dokla. Series is going to keep pushing into him. So he needs to get busy somewhere else then, because you cannot let early game go poorly and hope you bring it back late every single game.
Series decides not to go for the stun there. Good riposte.
Actually missed 3 creeps there, Fish, as well, when he went for that trade. So Dokla will be happy with that. He can just continue to sustain off the Doran shield. Series isn't really getting any meaningful harass off either. He's going to be 2 creeps behind when this wave crashes, I think, which for a Fiora is not a big deal at all.
Which is strange. I thought Series would have gone for the Doran's Blade in this matchup. Oh, that's a big mistake. He's losing minions thanks to Dokla keeping these off the turret.
Yeah. Dokla will now let it crash again, and he's actually even in... So yeah, so... Whew. I mean, Dokla showing that he is not bothered by the top laner of Avant at all.
Fiora Master Dokla. Now.
Fiora Master, top lane Master. See whether... I mean, it'll be interesting regardless of who wins this game to see who goes up against Swiper for different reasons. Because Swiper obviously has played a lot more aggressively if we preview tomorrow's game slightly, Fish. So might choose to match Dokla in terms of aggression, but historically is also a brick wall. So he just might play Shen into him 5 games in a row and make Sin beat them somewhere else on Summoner's Rift. Would be incredibly interesting. Juves without flash has gone for an invade and has been spotted. Sybil is going for the Cassiopeia instead. Maybe a mistake.
Great knock-up. Sybil can't get the Twisted Advance off because of the miasma as well. Triple will get some good damage returned onto Ryoma, but still
Triple had to
burn.
heal him. And that was with Flash being down on Juves. And now without the plant in the brush, Sybil going to be a little bit low when he does this one. Juves knows and walks back in. Wants at him.
I see you.
We'll be able to pick up the camp. So not all that much gain for Juves, just a little bit of knowledge, some pressure relief for his bottom lane, who, even though they burnt the Flash level 1 as well, are up like
Triple's
5
in trouble.
CS.
Oh, no, he's not.
No, he's not.
Ryoma's fairly low, so that makes sense.
If Ryoma runs at him through that, probably dies.
Does have heal available, but Juves can't find access to the
Just
Orianna.
going to help him push out here.
Don't hurt me, Orianna.
Yeah, so that doesn't work either. We've seen this a lot when, I mean, not to draw unfair comparisons because SKT are a very good team, but when Faker gets a wave frozen on him or needs to shop, he generally calls him blank as well. We have seen it internationally really hurt SKT at times. But Juves does the right thing, pulls that ball right away. You can see across the board right now, CS lead in the bottom lane and top lane for Sim Gaming, and mid lane still going fairly in Triple's favor.
Dokla has again gone back and got as much sustain as possible. Vamp Scepter, as well as the potions being picked up, means that even though that's a bad trade for him, he can heal up quite well.
Depends who gets to level 6 first. If Series gets to level 6 first, Series will just all in him instantly. Dokla gets there at the same time.
That's scary.
Yeah, it certainly was.
Series doing the right thing now, holding the minions close to his turret. This will push back eventually. I'll deny a couple of minions away here, but Dokla being very patient. He's going back to base. He's like, I'll shop. If you don't want to push, so be it.
I actually don't think he will shop. It's a strange place to shop.
Ooh, he doesn't.
No. He's just doing the right thing.
He's only got 330 gold, can't buy too much.
Yep. He also wouldn't get back in time. Series just shoves a wave in super quickly. See whether we get any fancy lane swaps or anything like that coming out, Fish.
But so far, no. Both top laners playing this quite well. As we said, Renekton wins this one very early, but Fiora can take over. 2 items is normally where she starts to dominate the matchup.
Yep.
The onus is really on Series to keep Dokla shut down for that amount of time.
Well, he needs to be able to pressure him. You either pressure with a Renekton by holding the wave and getting your jungler up there to be able to have an impact. The other option, obviously, is going to be able to just continually push into the turret and make it so Juves has to gank you. Obviously, one can backfire very hard if Juves is ever able to successfully execute that gank. Dokla, meanwhile, just trying to get some vision control for his team as well. Series, oh my god. Series trying to get some vision control for his team. I've just talked about Dokla so much. All I want to do is talk about him. You know, that's what the big deal is.
Rama just walks over triples. Command attack there.
Juve shows himself in the river.
Ooh, Petrifying Gaze doesn't connect with the stun, but still look at Tommy go! One more Twin Fang to the face is enough! And first blood in the mid lane for Ioma.
See whether Sybil flashes the wall and goes for it here.
He doesn't have flash, he can't, but Twisted Advance comes out. Now Sybil's in trouble!
Yeah, Sybil, what are you doing?
Oh no! They can't collapse in time though. Bottom lane is trying to cut through. Sybil's in trouble. Where are you gonna go?
What is he actually doing?
He's counter jungling.
He is, apparently. Apparently he thinks that he can get the counter jungling done, even though his bottom lane is pushed into turret. See whether it happens.
Dokla though, one-on-one, Series dices out, Riposte, can he get it? Gets the healing, is it enough? One more Q will take him down, Series stuns a minion, and Dokla outplays him!
And again, it is the top lane that is exploding. Jake goes in, however.
Sybil in trouble, gets taken down, FBI flashed on, but he's kiting
out.
back, he's out, he lives, Juves gets a kill, Blinky now's gonna fall, that's 5 kills for AV, what a disaster!
Utter capitulation of the whole map for Avant Gaming. Sin now with a kill across the board. Top lane has collapsed. Mid lane gets solo killed. For some reason, Sybil is just continually to blind invade Juves. He dies as well, as does his duo lane down bottom. And I don't know, that just might be the game right there. You can see this starts so well for Series. He thinks with the second dice still available, with the ultimate up, let's go. Gets in there. Does big amount of damage, but Dokla is just so good. Why did Series walk towards that side, Fish? He put himself on the wrong side of the Fiora wall. Just such a strange decision to make. And then they go in, they actually pick this fight. Doesn't work out for them. See, Juves had already stolen away the buff. Actually, Rogue was the one that got the double buff, so Sybil did successfully counter juggle. Does not matter.
Disappointed in Series there as well. The riposte came out from Dokla expecting the stun, but Series wanted more rage for the longer stun. He should have just stunned him up. That would have been a kill. Would have stopped the ultimate coming out from Dokla as well.
Yeah, who knows, man.
Micro mistakes across the board and Sin get a 8-minute ace.
Yep, and now they're 1,700 gold up. The lanes that were looking okay, now looking very poor for Avant Gaming.
Double mana item already picked up by Ryoma. He got Dark Seal stacks on top of that too. This is not good for AV.
Mate, this is horrible for AV. You've died everywhere. They go onto the mid lane. Great ulti.
Great Petrifying Gaze. Sybil is dead. Shockwave comes through, but Juves is here as well. Ryoma wants to get tripled at least trade. He can't even do that. 2 more kills for Sin.
And Tommy's been quiet the whole series, but all of a sudden, he's turning it on. Juves got his back. They pick up their 2 for nothing. Jake now in big trouble. Will be able to get out. But across the board, AV is collapsing. Yep. Mental fortitude, that's out the window. Sin have shown up to play in Game 5.
Ryoma remembers the horrors of triples Orianna, but the North remembers Spawn. He's taking him down. Solo kill, now 2 kills. Dokla on Series as well. Big heal coming out from the empowered Q. Dokla will run away. Series still hunting him down.
Yeah, I mean, now Series actually has the advantage there. That was a little bit
There's
of
a
a
creep
mistake
wave there.
from
Dokla might die.
Nah, he's fine. Series, of course, died first time with Flash still available. Dokla still has TP, so this isn't a big deal. Fish not even going to miss anything. We'll just be able to TP back to the turret, pick up majority of that wave, or he can just walk it. I mean, doesn't even have to TP if he doesn't want to.
6 minions for a teleport. They're all going to die now anyway. Dokla's waiting for something.
Waiting for a shot. Probably has a pickaxe.
Ninja's Tabbies.
Ninja's Tabby. All right. Run back to lane quicker, I guess. At the same time, 2,600 gold. And again, this isn't the biggest deficit we've seen. But someone on AV just has to say, guys, calm down. What are we doing? Like, why are we fighting so much? We have Maokai Orianna. Well, why aren't we just waiting for 25, 30 minutes into the game and start contesting objectives? Why are we throwing ourselves at a Cassiopeia?
Juves is still making a trip to mid lane. Triple has to be so careful. Dokla wants a piece of Series again. Oh, good trade.
Certainly is, but again, Maokai is in the top lane.
Riposte, the Twisted Advance gets knocked back, but Dokla's just so fast.
Yeah, it has boots too already. You can see
Sybil.
nothing really happening there. Mid lane is now going to be under fire. Whole of bottom lane jungle is going to be taken away from Juves.
Mid lane's gone.
They might lose a maximum here. Abyssal Mask is going to be the rush as well from Ryoma. So that's good because he's been camped a little bit. Will amplify the damage of Twin Fang and the poison quite substantially. As well as give him the ability to survive through triple. See, doesn't really take all that much damage now. That was with the Thunderlord's proc in there.
The math on that is, yes, you get slightly less damage from Rod of Ages. Slightly less damage from Abyssal Mask very early on and late game as well when it stacks up, but the extra 10% scale as well, and the resistance as well as the cooldown reduction helps.
Yep.
So they're going to put some good damage bottom lane turret. Ryoma's, this is his lane.
I mean, yeah, when you have 2 kills and an assist, you generally...
Oh, no, that's not what you want.
Maybe
but
it
is here, so Dokla has to be careful. Will try and slide out. Good twisted advance. Great riposte. Will stun him. 95 is out. Java's coming through. That's an ultimate used by the Maokai.
And again, this is a day you almost catch Dokla because, again, he just slides away from a gank. Absolutely nothing happening. He's not even losing really all that hard on creep score right now. Both of Series and Sybil have to back away and play respectfully because Juves is on that side of the map. And every single time Sybil goes for a gank, Juves looks for a punish creep-wise. He's just playing the tempo game right now. Triple is going to get dove.
Oh, flashed on as well. Cataclysm used to the shockwave, but that's just going to knock Juve back for a little bit longer.
Yeah,
killing spree for
mid lane
Ryoma.
turret goes down as well. First brick picked up for Sin Gaming, and they're 4,500 gold ahead.
This is not good. The morale of AV must be taking a hit now.
I mean, it's shattered. You can shrug off game number 4. You can say that is a once in a lifetime. It's not going to happen again. But ultimately, it has happened again. The whole map this time, however, is collapsing. You can see multiple members moving towards top lane. Series, you probably can't stay there anymore, mate. Ooh. Still trading fairly well. Dokla low on mana. However, there were 2 people in his jungle. Bottom lane this time, not even ahead. And this was with double flash burn at level 1 for AV.
Not great. Bottom lane is definitely ahead for Sin at the moment. 600 gold up, but the real trouble's mid lane. Ryoma is approaching 2,000 gold in the lead. Not great, Spawn.
No, not great at all. You can see across the board, gold leads everywhere. 1,500 gold in the jungle for Juves as well. Cannot be understated. You know, 2-level advantage. Doing an incredible job this game of keeping his team in it. 6 out of 8 kill participation. This is a captain's game for Juves. Was there to answer every counter gank that Sybil wanted to throw out. Sybil has been patiently jungling the whole of this series. This time actually accelerated the tempo of the game, tried to gank everywhere early, and it didn't work.
No. Dokla's doing the right thing as well. Yes, he's being bullied by the Renekton, but got the solo kill. And whenever Series gets the lead in terms of the trade, he just backs out and says, you know what, it's not my job to kill him. Yeah. I'm just going to go farm and become the late game split pusher.
My team is 8-0 right now. Unless we make a huge team fight mistake and give the game back to an Orianna combo, it's just not going to happen. You can see once again, they just cheat into topside vision, threatening to kill Series every single time he steps up to the wave. Even though he's sticking around here, it's very dangerous, Fish.
Terrell has been started by Sin. And Juves will take that down quite quickly.
This is a potential for a little bit of a counter gank coming out. Doesn't look like it's going to happen. Instead, Sybil just heads back into Series lane.
He was spotted out by a deep ward, but that did expire shortly after he walked over it.
And Juves is up here as well. So at best, this is a 2v2.
They can't take this fight. They've got to be careful. Juves is going to come in.
Juves
Series
is massive.
Has to be careful. Being respectful here.
They just want to push the lane, and it looks like. Now Juve says, you all right there?
He flags and drags out. Spider Sense.
Spider Sense?
Spider Sense is that single. Charm bottom lane. They do lock down FBI. Rogue tries to counter this one. Blinky, what? Why did you throw the feathers in the wall? Jake's going to die for that.
And again, is Ryoma able to beat them around? Oh!
The Maglia comes out from the Jarvan,
Potential.
and Dokla jumps into the root. Bullet taking a lot of damage. Posse ultimate Sybil. Sybil gonna fall. Dokla gets one. He has red buff. He's gonna chase down the Crocodile. Stun comes out of Series. He's forced to flash.
He's still gonna die.
Dokla can taste it. Ring around the rosies from Series here. He's just gonna run around. Oh no, Dokla.
Hit the wall.
Disaster.
Yeah, you could see he had a little bit of a face palm on camera as well there. Wasn't happy with the fact that he hit the wall. Somewhere, Triple died as well. So must have face checked Ryoma. You can see no shockwave available. So was taken down on Summoner's Rift.
Get him, Rogue.
So shockwaves there. I actually just got tossed in. So he was actually trying to defend the turret. Ryoma blows him up, Fish. That was a lot of damage.
No mercy. 1 kill to 11.
And this is the difference in Sin. I mean, oh, good start. Sin, game 1 to 4, honestly looked sluggish, looked a little bit sloppy. Game 4, Dockler showed up. I said the rest of the team still didn't. They were behind around the rest of the map. This game, Sin have won everywhere. Dockler looks fine in the top lane. Juve's masterclass in the jungle lead. 5-0-1 for Ryoma mid lane. Their bottom lane has certainly done their job and stood up against one of the best bottom lanes. I mean, Xayah Rakan is very promising as a duo. You can't ask for more going into the game versus Chiefs, and they've also caught out Blinky.
Poor Blinky. Dies instantly, and Jake tries to run away. Look at him waddle.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to just watch the person you love get destroyed like that in a laning phase, Fish.
Thank goodness, they're going to stop talking now.
And you can see that Rogue, he's starting to smile. It's starting to feel good. It's starting to sink in. It might have taken 5 games, but Sin are on the cusp of securing their date with the Chiefs again tomorrow. A team that hasn't beaten them all year. Really, I think split 1 week 8 was the last time the Chiefs beat Sin Gaming.
Yep.
Since then, Sin have owned the head-to-head.
Sin has always been the kryptonite of the Chiefs in Super Weeks. Chiefs historically have not had great Super Weeks. And last split, Sin were the victors in that best of 5. They went all the way to game 5. And they became the representatives at Rift Rivals.
Yeah, they reverse swept him. Triple again in trouble. That is a lot of damage that's coming out of a full tank Jarvan. A lot of damage. So Triple has to play respectfully. And across the board right now, I mean, you're looking for a miracle 35-minute team fight, Fish.
Yeah. Triple needs a 6,000 elo shockwave. Ultimate's used, but it's a good disengage from AV.
Yeah, good flash there. Sin will steal away the red blue buff, which is good. I mean, denies it from Triple. But unless Triple, I mean, what does he want? Maybe Leandri's Torment?
Potentially. But Harold's been dropped mid lane. This turret's taking the beating. We're going to charge, and that's going to fall.
And Sin are doing the right thing this time. They're just playing objective League of Legends. They're just jockeying around the map. They're maybe looking for a fight here. Jake has to dash away.
You see now, with Ravenous Hydra picked up, Dockler slowly wins this one-on-one. He heals up quite well. Oh, pops the ultimate, dives on it. He's taking turret aggro as well. Riposte comes through, and Ryoma flashes for the single Twin Fang kill.
Exactly right. So another kill picked up for Sin, and they're just starting to really squeeze the whole of the map. That's what happens when you don't have access to your jungle. You don't know when the mid laner is rotating down. Dockler got him low. Series thought he'd done enough to get away, but then Ryoma just shows up and makes it an unfair fight. Sybil now, potential to face check the team. Will do so.
That's a 9,000 goldie. They lock down Sybil. He can't go anywhere.
I mean, that's Baron. Cassiopeia, already Blade of the Ruin King on FBI. Hurricane as well, just for the extra attack speed. No jungler available. That 100% is Baron gone. And it's going to be a 12,000 gold lead, Fish, and only 21 minutes in.
This is... Forget what they've taught you in school. This is the deadliest snake in Australia right now. Ryoma is popping off 7-0-1.
They don't really even teach us about snakes in school here, Fish.
I don't know. I didn't go to school here.
Yeah, I know. You went to school in Singapore. That's what I'm telling you. I mean, they do a little bit. I think like grade 3 or something, they brought in some lizards and some snakes. Let us hold them for a little bit. But apart from that, not really. I went to a birthday party once with my brother, and there was a lizard there, and it bit him. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen. Lizards bites hurt.
I'm actually really excited to go back to Singapore for one reason. There's a zoo there that's just opened, a reptile zoo, where they keep a bunch of baby snakes and they defang them so that they can't bite.
Why is that cool?
And
Defanging snakes is cruel.
Sorry,
Fish.
not defang them.
Take the venom out?
Take the venom out, but because they're so small, they don't have fangs yet. They're just little guppy mouths and they let them bite.
Yeah, so when...
I want to go to Singapore and get bitten by snakes.
Yeah, so that's also true, and they also don't have strong enough fangs at a certain point to pierce flesh. I know that for sure. I don't know, it's coming back to me. Maybe they did teach me something at school. Regardless, this game, one-sided affair. Game 5, we should be excited about it. Unfortunately for AV fans, their team has really lost all control of this series. And unless Sin make a catastrophic error, or someone kicks out a server cable, this game is nearly over.
Both our producer and Ryan Benji said they're on their way.
Wow, that's some blatant favoritism right there. See, I'm just impressed by how well Sin is playing.
Meant to be unbiased. They're pretty true. They just said you suggested it, Jake. I don't blame them.
Come on, enough of that.
AV Jake.
Move on. AV Jake is their support, playing Rakan right now on some of his Riftfish.
Oryx having a good laugh. A good dance as well. Rest of Sin splitting up the map. Rhymer mid lane, split pushing. Jake's looking for a flank. Can't go over the poison. Dokla now has 2 items. Trinity Force, Ravenous Hydra. Series can't win this matchup anymore. And Sin get a free turret bottom lane. That's pushed down nice and easy with Baron buff minions. And they are 12,000 gold ahead.
I mean, also, Series is dead.
Yeah, he's come to Australia. He's taken everything he's learned and become the real crocodile hunter.
See, that's a better call. I like that one. I actually nearly spat water all over you. I like that one that much. So yeah, now they're 13,000 gold up, Fish. And this is turning into a shellacking. I don't even care when the game ends. This is a very one-sided affair. So where do AV put up their last stand? Because they have to. I mean, they actually don't have to. They can slowly bleed out. That actually is something that can occur. And it looks like it is occurring.
They're
so
15,000 gold down.
Yeah.
Look, I've seen some one-sided games of League of Legends. And even
like
games,
last game.
Even games that end at 13 minutes are still easier to watch than this because AV, everything they've hoped and dreamed for is slowly bleeding out in front of them.
Yeah, and I mean, they put up such a good fight to take this to 5 games. They did what everyone thought they could not, but unfortunately for them, Fish, it is just not looking like they can stand up to what is an oppressive Sin Gaming lineup right now.
Series is trying to fight Dokla underneath Nexus turrets. He's still losing that battle. Dokla hasn't even gone back to base and shopped yet. Rhymus was pushing mid lane. They caught out Juves.
He went for a turret dive. Maybe that's the window they're looking for. No.
Juves don't care.
Still very tanky. See, Dokla is just sitting in their base. He's 2 levels above Series again. And they're just trying to clear out minions, but Sin won't let them get away with this for free. They go around, they re-clear out all the jungle. They're picking up maximum amount of gold. Sure, they're not going to be able to kill as many creeps as they want because they've already taken an inhibitor, but not really all that much that AV can do. Not looking for a last-ditch effort yet. We said that AV is a gritty team. There would be that small glimpse of hope in the back of your mind that something goes right for you. You can see already Void Staff picked up for triple, so he's going to do a little bit of damage. That's a good purchase, given the fact that, you know, Adaptive Helm as well as, what, Abyssal Mask, Locket, as well as Mercurial Scimitar already picked up.
How? Even if they win a team fight? How do AV get back in this game?
This is a 5-team fight game, Fish. The first team fight means they get out of your base temporarily.
Second team fight means Rogue stops laughing.
Potentially. I know Rogue. That probably isn't going to happen. However, they are able to free up some farm right now. Maybe they'll get half an item more.
They come triple. Force the flash early. They do lock down Juice. Shockwave whiffs.
That was what they needed, but they do get the flash, and they do also get a little... Oh, no, they
FBI's about to dance around them. Ryoma jumps in. Triple's dead.
That'll be game.
Fate's call. Flash forward. Another kill. A double for Ryoma. Blinky's getting jumped on as well. He's going into the Nexus turrets. He doesn't care. Fountain's next. FBI's got another one. He wants to go to the Cat Cafe. And Dokla, meanwhile, trying to tame the beast outside the Nexus. Sybil dies. He was standing inside his own jungle, just as the peaceful tree he wanted to be. Oh, the Crocodile strikes back. Is it going to be enough? Dokla still lives through it. Ace picked up by Sin, and then marching towards the Nexus.
Yeah, and Sin Gaming, it took them 5 games, Fish, but finally they will get the rematch against the Chiefs and will look to continue their gauntlet run.
Just like Split 1, they will take on the Chiefs tomorrow, and in traditional Cinderella fashion, they took it all the way to Game 5.
Oof. A rough 2 games for Avant Gaming. However, the first 3 games very promising. Sin, they will be happy now, as they should be, but they will look at those first 3 games and think, that could have nearly been us being swept.
What is Juice doing?
I have no idea. He's probably saying, I have no idea what we were playing like today. Game 5, that was how we play League of Legends. Game 1, 2, 3, not how we want to play League.
Definitely not. And with that, Sin now, again, every single Gauntlet run, somehow they take it to Game 5, and if you're AV, exactly the sentiment that Blinky has right now. You'd have to be destroyed.
Yeah, Blinky actually probably shouldn't be destroyed. He's a rookie of the squad that showed up and played pretty good series in both of their Gauntlet runs. Didn't have the cleanest split that he would have liked, but I thought he and Jake stood up very well today. Triple get outplayed in game number 5 for sure and stood up, but really, Sybil and Series, unfortunately, big underperformances from both of them I felt today, will mean that AV do not continue their Gauntlet run.
Just silencing the team comms. Even Series hands on head there. It's difficult to watch, Spawn.
It is, but at the end of the day, Sin are a very good side. And AV able to stretch them to all 5 games. I thought they actually played 3 very good game of League of Legends. Games 4 even looked promising. Sin with a better team on the day, but only just. That was one convincing win, really. Game 4 was a little bit up in the air, a little bit of a fiesta, to be honest. But game 1, 2, and 3 was incredibly competitive.
Yeah, very emotional coming out from the AV lineup there. You can tell how much it meant for them. We saw what they were talking about in the documentary, not documentary, in the feature that we showed, you know.
Losing sucks. Everyone hates losing, Fish. Don't get too sad on me. We still got heaps of League of Legends all weekend.
We certainly do, and tomorrow we'll be taking on the Chiefs. That's enough for us. Let's throw it back to the analyst desk.
Wow.
Losing does suck.
Yeah, no.
Losing sucks so much.
Do you know?
Tell me about it. I've lost a lot.
Yeah?
And I'm telling you, it actually sucks so much.
Oh, it's the worst. And we've got 2 absolute experts on the desk here this evening.
Jesus.
But, you know, commiserations for AV and congratulations to Sin. But what a game 5.
It was surprising, wasn't
quickly
it?
before we go to this interview, just your initial thoughts on that game 5. Because it almost felt like the series was building to this incredible clash of the Titans, and then game 5 was just...
Yeah, all I can say is they didn't mentally reset. I don't know.
Yeah.
That is my speculation. A game 5 shouldn't look like that after the performances we saw. So it was just unlucky. It's sad to see.
Spot on. Like, they came in, really good start to the game, burned the flashes, and just fell apart at the seams. And it's hard to speculate from outside, but like Aaron said, like Choo Choo said, didn't mentally reset, and it all fell apart.
Absolutely. Well, standing by with Sarian right now is top laner for Sin Dockler, the North American import. Let's throw it to them right now for the interview.
Thank you very much, guys. I'm standing here with Dockler, who had an incredible performance today. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
It was a very tight series, though. We were expecting it to go to all 5 games and be so close.
We weren't expecting them to even get a game off us, but we made some mistakes that we don't usually make, and then they just punished us well. But we adapted after a 5-game series, and then we came out on top.
Yeah, games 2 and 3, Sin had the advantage in the early game, but Avant were able to turn it around. Are you able to talk to us a bit more in depth about what went wrong for you?
Just misplaying team fights, miscommunication, just a bunch of small stuff. Like, we had the lead in both games. It's just maybe not game 2. But we just failed to execute what our composition was, and they just punished well on that.
Well, tomorrow you'll be going up against the Chiefs. Do you think you'll be able to give them a run for their money?
Yeah, I think we can take them to a 5-game series if need be, but we're looking for obviously a 3-0, but I think they'll put up a really good fight, and then it might just go 5 games.
Well, congratulations on today's win, and looking forward to seeing you back here tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sarian, and also congratulations to Dockler. I've just seen on Twitter, Swiper, Dockler's opponent for tomorrow, has just tweeted out, Flares took me out last split. I am not letting it happen again. Well played, Dockler. See you tomorrow, mate.
Ooh.
Very threatening stuff.
Let's do it.
Rumble on the top lane.
I love it.
Yeah, not literally Rumble, obviously. I meant like a...
Hey,
Anyway.
you don't know.
I don't know. I do not know. I do not know. So let's talk about this game, because it absolutely fell away from AV after they took those early flashes, Tiga.
Yeah, it looked like a good start from... I actually don't know how they didn't get a kill level 1. I was happy that they didn't flash for a kill. I'm of the opinion that flashing for a kill level 1, probably not worth it, because then the enemy jungler just sits in your lane.
Now,
and
that is so ridiculous.
I
I'll
don't
cut
like
you
it.
off right
I don't
here
like
and say
it.
that is so ridiculous.
Always flash.
Everyone, flash for first blood.
No.
Just flash for first
How many
blood.
games do you invade?
It's 400 gold.
I invade every
and
game.
And also, it's 5-minute cooldown. In early stages of laning, you can afford to use your flash.
Nah, the jungler's going to come and just ruin your day.
All right, well...
Sit there all day.
I hate to interrupt this this lover's tiff, but standing by with Sarian right now is support player for Sin Rogue. So let's throw it to them right now for the second interview.
Thanks, guys. I'm now standing here with Rogue. What a series. It wouldn't be a Sin Gauntlet without it going to all 5 games. But what did you think of the team's performance today?
AV got a lot better. Like, I would say that, like, individually, like Blinky especially, I said that to him during the handshakes, like, he's improved a lot, right? And, you know, that's all power to them, right? They got a lot better, and I have some respect for them, right? Like, they took us to 5 games. Obviously, like, not the best fit for us, but, like, we're still going, so let's go.
Well, since it was such a tight series, what were the comms like in that final team fight when you realised you were able to take the series?
Everyone wanted to farm KDA. They didn't really care about the Nexus at that point. I'm like, in the mind, I'm like, guys. The kills are literally 17-1 right now. The only pressure you're feeling is what we're creating by all yelling like idiots. Everyone was so excited. I'm like, guys, calm down, and everything was good.
Well, it seems like we might have a Cinderella story on the horizon. Is there anything you'd like to say to your fans or supporters?
This time, we're going to do it. We're going to go all the way. And you know what? I hope we go to 15 games this week. I hope so. Very entertaining.
Big words there coming out from Rogue. But congratulations on today's win and looking forward to seeing you again here tomorrow.
Thanks, fam.
Thanks, man. Thanks, dude. Yeah. Nah, chill out, bro. It's gonna be sick. We're going to 15 games. It'll be sick.
I love bro. I love his interviews. Great guy. Actually, that was so funny.
All right, let's talk about this game 5. And really some highlights from it, Choo-Choo's. Because what for you defined it as, in opposition to the previous 4 games?
What was different in this game compared to the other? I don't know, man. I mean, the micro was just so impressive. I was saying before that AV's micro was so good in the previous 4 games, but just this... For Fiora Renekton is quite close. It really comes down if you can land the stun. He doesn't even need to hit riposte here. You can see he's below. He just knows Fiora so well. 10,000 games, solo queue hero. I don't know how this queue hits. He's a genius. And then on the other side of the map, this is no flash. No, Kalista does have flash. He did come back up, but it's just they're able to collapse faster. It's so unfortunate that FBI is able to live here. Blinky is like just, oh my god, he throws his ult. It's actually so sad that like this is how the early game played out. But just great micro performances from really everyone on Sin.
Yeah. I mean, what more can you say when all of AV end up 0-1-0 because they've just lost in every single lane?
They were all 0-1. I think at like 6 minutes, every single person on AV was 0-1.
And there's not a lot you can do at that point besides hope for mistakes.
Yeah.
And I feel like AV would have been better off hoping for mistakes than just doing silly things. Desperation ganks from AV, they didn't pay off. They shouldn't pay off. And when you go for things like this, great ulti by Ryoma, by the way, before we even talk about it, it just shows that you are feeling an immense amount of pressure when, yes, being down 0-1 in each lane is tough, but don't exacerbate the problem. Don't make it worse than it already is.
That was sad. That was really sad to watch because as much as I'd like to agree with you again, I'm going to disagree.
I mean, it was a great
I'm going to say, if you're 2k behind, you can still look to make proactive plays. Don't rely on the enemy team to make dumb plays. I think that play in the mid lane was okay. It's really that ultimate coming out of Cassio was really the make or break it thing for me there. Oh my god, Fiora top damage here. That's very impressive coming out of this top laner. Yeah, Swiper, you're in for a treat. Jesus, that is crazy. Well, this guy played great in game 4. He actually had a really good series the entire time, but this guy's on Fiora or Jax is just looking better and better. And
Jace that game 1 as well, though.
Yeah, and the Jason the game 1. But then another thing I want to highlight is Juves. The Shoutcaster said it. Juves had a great performance on the Jarvan, and he
damage Braum.
He struggled a lot of game 4 where Jack solo carried them, but then this game he did really well, and it's good to see that coming out of your captain.
Yeah, he had a pretty good series. First few games were quite good.
Definitely,
there was a little bit of a misstep. Game 3, game 4 wasn't really as good as we expected from him, given how well he was playing. And then game 5 brings it back. Probably, I don't know if I want to say he's the MVP of that game, but he was put in a damn fine performance.
I do want to talk about AV for a bit and say that AV did look really good.
Absolutely.
Obviously, they will be very upset. They just lost. They're fifth again. But I do want to go back to Rogue in the feature clip, where Rogue says that this split, any team can really take a win over anyone. And AV kind of showed today that they are also contesting that position. That AV did beat Legacy. They have taken games off Sin, and Sin have beaten these top tier teams. So I don't think they should be too disappointed. But I would be happy with the performance today. And it was just a shame that Game 5 turned out like that.
Yeah, I mean, I predicted a 3-0, so I was fully expecting them to be shocking, and they put in a really good performance for 4 games. And I can't say they shouldn't be too disappointed because they're not going to care what I say, right? They're going to be as disappointed as they want to be. But
I mean, they got 2-0'd 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
They got...
Well, Rogue said in his
they got
interview,
washed.
Rogue said in his interview, look, they've improved so much.
Yes.
But now, unfortunately for AV, they're out of the gauntlet, and we look forward to tomorrow. Sin will take on Chiefs, and I feel like we've been here before, guys.
I mean, the script is going according to plan.
Exactly.
Chiefs
Best
fourth
of 5.
place.
I would
fourth
like
place.
to... So this also needs to be a best of 5, and then we also need another best of 5 against Legacy.
So we need 15 games this
for the
weekend.
Cinderella story 2.0 to be in action, Dockler needs to pop off, and Swiper better be ready.
Dockler needs to pick Fizz.
That's the one. That's the one. He needs to pick Fizz, bring out his inner flares, and maybe we'll see. Maybe we'll see this victory.
Let's talk about that Game 5 in the context of the Gauntlet, right? Because it's a struggling, grueling 4-game series, and that Game 5 was, frankly, it looked easy for them because they took a lot of kills, they did a lot of good micro, and they ended up 17-1 in kills right by the end of the game. So they've got momentum now. I mean, we talked about, do they have momentum going into Game 5? They've got momentum going into Game 1 versus Chiefs tomorrow. They've got to feel very confident.
You would be confident, but also Chiefs now have 5 very fresh games to sort of look back, look at how they draft, look at where they place their priorities, and analyze. And you might have momentum, you might feel confident if you're Sin, but Chiefs, with all the new data that they've just got, are going to be absolutely happy.
Well, like I do, like this has to happen a lot. Where in the Gauntlet run, I know TSM, Cloud9, these other international teams have been at the bottom of the table, and then momentum plays a huge part. So they'll win the first series, they'll go into the second series, and yes, Chiefs can look at this new data set that they're given. They can be like, okay, Dockler does pretty good on Fura and Jax, but I mean, you can say that to yourself countless times, but at the end of the day, Sin just practiced and had 5 on-stage games, and they developed just playing the game. You develop team synergy, and they will definitely. I know Sin are a very momentum-focused team. They'll carry that going into tomorrow.
So, Tegan, you're going to be here tomorrow on the desk, I believe. Choo-Choos, you're not. So give us your predictions for tomorrow. Now that you know Sin in their current form are going up against Chiefs in a 5-game series tomorrow, who's going to take it?
No bias at all, given that Legacy plays the winner of the series.
No bias. What are you talking about? I will think it will go 5 games.
Yeah.
I think it will be the same. I really want to say Sin win. But I will say Chiefs win.
All right.
I'm not biased, by the way. I'm not biased, but I feel
like a lot of bias coming through.
Chiefs are not going to let it happen again.
All right.
They're not going to let this script go through.
Well, we'll see what it comes down to, whether it'll be Swiper holding off against Docklet in the top lane, whether it'll be Swiffer versus Ryoma, and maybe he can win back that Freylord Talia skin. It's all happening. Join us tomorrow as we get into our 5-game series of Chiefs versus Sin. I'd like to thank Tegan and Choo-Choos for being here. I'd like to thank you at home for watching, Sarah Ann for doing our interviews, Fish and Spawn for doing the casts. For everyone here at Riot, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye!
There goes Rogue, plays him back, splits him into bombers, and that's a flash ball for FBI and Juice taking Cooper down low. First blood's picked up by Juice. Blinky will fall. Dockler gets the double, and only Jake's remaining. Let's see if he can take that triple. FBI gives it to him. That's how confident they are in their top laner. Dockler snipes him, gets the big shutdown. Zack's gonna go down as well, and with only the support left up, Sin, they've done it. They fought hard for this game. Now take down AV in game 1. But they locked down series. He's gonna die here, or is he? They kill Rogue. Pops to Zhonya's. Will tuck a dark passage, as well as a massive shield to survive. Roma can't get into the fight, and Triple's already marching forward. He takes down the AD carry. Good charm from Rogue in the back lines, but AV just turn around. The front line's gone. FBI gets a big shield, but no Shen to back him up. They bounce back. They'll be confident in this series now, knowing it's a very even matchup against Sin. Game 2 goes to AV. The best of 5 series is tied up 1-1. Roma forced to flash out. He will fall. Good flick back as he dies. The Martyrdom might just be enough. But look at Blinky dashing around the rest of Sid. And AV have pulled back a team fight. FBI tries to take down Blinky. Ignite's been ticking. Big spear rigged out. Double kill for Blinky. The Moon Cow will pick up one as well. Somehow AV turn around this team fight. Juice goes in for the follow-up. Dokla gets another one. Will sacrifice his life. The wall has been built. Blinky and Jake cut off another big fling. Double kill for Dokla. They turn it around. That's gonna be the ace. And AV turn around game number 3. But Jarvan goes in. Come on and slam. Roma will follow up as well. Knocks up Sybil. He's gonna fall. Juve's not even taking the time. Oh no, Juves. No, don't die. Not like this. Series almost getting sniped up. Rogue wants to throw a punch in there as well. Roma with the double taunt. Landing the stun as well from Dokla. Good night, AV. That's 2 people dead. Big knock up from Jay. But look at Dokla. Where did Blinky go? He's missing. Suddenly the rest of the team's gonna fall apart as well. Series goes down. FBI takes down the turret as well. That's an ace from Sid. We're going to game number 5. Series dices out. Repulse, can he get it? Gets the healing. Is it enough? One more Q will take him down. Series stuns a minion, and Dokla outplays him.
And again, it is the top lane that is exploding. Jake goes in, however.
Sybil in trouble, gets taken down. FBI flashed on, but he's kiting back. He's out. He lives. Juves gets a kill. Blinky now's gonna fall. That's 5 kills for AV. What a disaster. Great petrifying game. Sybil is dead. Shockwave comes through, but Juves is here as well. Rima wants to get triple at least trade. He can't even do that. 2 more kills for Sid. Sybil gonna fall. Dokla gets 1. He has red buff. He's gonna chase down the Crocodile. Stun comes out of Series. He's forced to flash just like Split 1. They will take on the Chiefs tomorrow. And in traditional Cinderella fashion, they took it all the way to game 5.